Today we're going to talk about tackle a little bit. I got my helper over here, Mr. Griffin. Say hi to Mr. Griffin. He looks pretty bored. I hope you're not gonna be bored. So anyways, let's just start with the line. I used two different rods to throw. One of them is medium heavy, the other one is medium. They're exactly the same brand, same length, everything is same, but they're different on casting weight or what kind of a line I can use them with. On my medium rod that I use on open water most of the time now, I use it a lot on a beach trying to catch tarpon, throwing on tarpon. I don't know how to say this, I hope I'm not butchering the name, Piscifun fishing line. If you can read that, it's 15-pound test. So call me crazy, but on the beach I throw 15-pound braid for tarpon. I tie it to 80-pound test leader, but I throw the 15-pound main line, main braided line, because I need to go down to 15-pound test. I need this thin line disgustingly filled up my reel with it in order to be able to cast out as far as I need it to reach some tarpon over there, possibly get close, at least get around the fish where the fish is, right? How can you hope for a fish if you can't even cast where they're spending most of their time? So yeah, this line will give me the capability of casting out there. I have 300 yards on my reel and another probably 250 yards. I think that's 30-pound braid underneath that. So I have a lot of line on the reel. I don't have to panic if the fish wants to run. The other one that I use on my stronger rod, Angry Fish braid, Angry Fish 9. The thing that I like about this line is it's a blue one, but you can have multiple different choice of colors. The thing what I like about this line, because this line reaches the quality that I can call this a super line. Not just a regular braid, a super braid, super line, like supercars. Because this braid is very fine when you reel it back in, you reel it with your lure back in, your line rubbing on your line guides, most of the braids make an awful noise. And that's, believe it or not, or call me crazy, this vibration on the line, because your line is like a guitar string, goes all the way down to your lure. And some of these big fish who got hooked a few times on lures that was attached to braided line that makes that noise, call me crazy, but I'm almost 100% sure they remember that noise. And when they remember that noise, and whenever they hear it, they're not going to hit your lure. You're not gonna have a bite. This line, again, Angry Fish 9, is a very quiet line. Probably one of the most quiet braid that I find. I love it. So after the lines, let's move to the lures. We talk about here two groups of lures. Let's just get one. The first group is the oldest group, the hard baits. I think they are around a whole lot longer time than soft baits. So let's just get to the hard baits first. This particular one, it's made by Yo-Zuri. It's called, what's the name of this? Hold on for a second. Oh, it's right here on the back. It's called McDarter. Obviously, it looks like a mullet. It's coming with two treble hooks. Pretty strong. I think they're capable of handling anything. You don't need to change them unless you the guy who want to be easy on the fish, make sure the fish gonna have less damage as possible, you can change it to inline single hooks. I'm one of those guys, so definitely I'm going to do that. This is gonna happen on this lure. I'm going to change it just the way I already did on this one. This is a Rapala X-Rap 14 centimeter. I cut some snook on this one, nothing really outstanding or serious, but I got some fish on this. This one cast very well. By the way, so is this one. This one have inside a magnetic system that allows weights to roll, move inside the lure. So and the shape of it, it really casts very well. I can promise you that you're going to cast far with this lure. But as I told you, the Rapala X-Rap, I think I can call it a classic now. A little bit of different action. This one dives a little deeper. This one is more like a subsurface lure. And then finally, another hard bait that I want to show you that I think it absolutely belongs to the surf more than these two that we were already talking about. It's also a Yo-Zuri, and this is a 3D twitch bait. 5.5 inches long. I already changed the hooks on this one to the single hooks too. It's a slow sinking, more like suspending lure. You can twitch it literally at one spot because it's not sinking so much. So you can just twitch, 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 barely moving forward. Or you can just straight reel it and then, good hook. Straight reel it and it's going to have like a little wobble action. This lure, when it comes to casting distance, so far any plugs that I throw in the surf, this one puts shame on all of them on casting distance. It's ridiculous, unbelievable. I'm telling you that you're gonna think I'm lying. I cast this plug 100+ yards easily. Not even mention that in the morning, usually the wind comes from behind my back and helps me throw further. Probably I could throw it 120 yards when the wind helps me a little. And now, let's move to the other group, the soft bait. I think everybody knows this who's fishing for snook and tarpon. This one is Savage Gear Pulse Tail Mullet, 8 inches long. When you're typically fishing for big fish, big tarpon, big snook, and you use soft bait, this is one of the greatest choice that you can have. 3.5 ounce, no, I think it's 3.8 ounce heavy, but don't get tricked by the heavy weight. This is the slow sinking lure. Very soft, you got a very good action. It doesn't cast as far. I'm not really using this in the surf, but on the bridges or jetties, I can use that. The other one is the good old, I think very well known, but it's a shame. I think it's very well known, but it's a shame. Feels like people forget about it. The good old Tsunami paddle tail. I think this paddle tail caught more snook and tarpon in the past 15 years than literally anything else. And it's looked like people just forget about it. I don't see so many people throwing it. I'm like a dinosaur or what, because I'm still throwing it. I catch a lot of fish on this. And now, I want to show you guys, like, to me, the secret weapon, the ultimate favorite, R&R line through mullet. This is a line through mullet because The line goes through the body of the fish, tie it to your hook, and the hook goes back inside the body of the lure and sits in there. So when you hook a fish, the fish, mostly tarpon, snook, going to jump, the hook in the mouth, the lure will slide away, and the fish cannot use the weight of the lure in order to rip the hook out of their mouth. Sort of like an alternative for Spooltech. I'm pretty sure a lot of you knows Spooltech. This is the largest one. I believe this is 8" and 1.5 or 2 ounces. And then it comes the 5 inches, which is more like the one I like, 5 and 6 inches. These are the ones that mostly I throw for snook and tarpon when this lure comes to my choice. By the way, you're gonna see a fish on this video too. You know that I'm not gonna let you get away without seeing a fish. You're gonna see one. Actually, I got that fish on one of my R&R mullet. That particular one was a 6" long, 1.5 ounce heavy gunmetal gray color. And then here's more stuff. R&R came up with smaller baits for small snook or light tackle action, or even catching ladyfish. Probably this one would be a really good choice, or a different design with a lead head. Actually, this one is 1 ounce heavy, this little lure. It casts a mile on light tackle. So when you go for smaller fish, I think these two would be excellent choice. So we already talked about the new design with the lead head. So here is a larger lead head, which actually comes with 2 ounce weight. Feels a little heavy, be honest. But there is some situations when you fish deep water or water with heavy current. This one will definitely do the job. This one will be able to cut down in that strong current and reach the bottom where you find those big girls laying down. Definitely a great tool to find those fish. And of course, here is another one. Everybody knows what this is. This is a 5 inch, no live bait needed. I did not catch any decent fish on this yet, but I know time is coming. This is an iconic lure for a lot of people who are fishing for snook. And then, as I told you, I'm not gonna let you get away without seeing a fish. So here it is. Let's see what happened. Got something. Oh, tarpon. Or could be a snook. It was a nice jump for sure. Right when I set the hook, it jumped out of the water. I'm not sure if it's a tarpon, probably a decent snook. Yeah, it's a nice snook. Oh no, actually it's a tarpon. Wow. Little dude. Nice jump. I'm not sure if he's done. Feels like it, just never know with tarpon. I don't want to lose him. He's not big, but I don't want to lose him. Right here in front of me. He's holding himself pretty good. They're really good at it. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to net him. If he's gonna let me do that. Let's see this little fish. Oh, he almost jumped in my net. No, he doesn't want to, man. He's still running a little bit. Nah, he's in the net. Okay. So there you go, guys. Little brother have to get back in the water. There he goes. I'm telling you guys, the secret weapon. R&R Molly done it again. If you don't have any of these in your tackle box, I got a question for you. Why not? You need to keep in your box at least 3 of these. Alright, let's try to get another one. So yeah, for me, R&R is the way to go. And by the way, there's a side effect of using R&R. You're going to catch a lot of fish. And that's a threat. So that was it, pretty much. That's it about the lures that I'm throwing and the line that I'm using in different situations. Working hard on the beach, trying to find those big tarpons. They are there, I can reach them, but for some reason they just don't want to hit the artificial. Maybe my son, maybe Joseph, gonna have a chance to hook up on one. He uses cut bait, and let me tell you, he got one maybe like a week ago. That fish was pretty big fish, but it wasn't on for a very long time. It just spit the hook on him, but definitely that was a big fish, way over 100 pounds. So thank you for tuning in again. I hope you guys, you were not so bored, not as much as Mr. Griffin. I think he already went to sleep. Oh no, he heard his name and he woke up. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you at the next adventure. Hopefully with the big tarpon. It's really time. I got good feelings with it. Alright, see ya.